Hello and welcome to another Dark Souls video in this Paint a Wheel Guardian Sword challenge. This is the almighty Ornstein Smough boss fight. Now, this one took me, oh goodness, I think this is close. Probably not the hardest boss fight in the game. I'd probably put that down to probably Manus or the Four Kings, depending on what your build's like. But I'd put this as like probably the third hardest. But I like this boss fight a lot. And it took me a long time to do this, so I'll talk a little bit about that later, but I'm clearly going for Smough first because he's weak to lightning, and my swords actually do. I'm surprised. If you look at the damage I'm doing to him, I can really take down his health really fast. And I was quite surprised that he would die so easily from my swords. I mean, I thought it would kind of be like fighting the Iron Golem, but then because he's weak to lightning, it's a lot easier. So clearly getting rid of Smough first because he's just well, it's way faster to get rid of him first. As I said before, really like this boss fight. I thought it was pretty hard to get used to, like back early on, not this playthrough because this is I think about the 5th time I'm going through Dark Souls, but I remember doing this for the first time and just thinking that it was like not impossible, struggling with all the bosses and then coming up to 2 at once, being ridiculous. But as for this challenge, this took a long time. Like, I think it was about 2 months between the first time I fought this and the time I actually completed it. It's, yeah, really cannot explain how many attempts I had at this, and like I enjoyed it. It was like Dark Souls. You can never. I don't know, it's not really a frustrating game to play. I don't find it frustrating. The only thing I find frustrating is something I'll talk about a little bit later, but as you can see, my sword is doing nowhere near the damage that it was doing to Smough versus Ornstein. He's just... I tried taking out Ornstein first a couple times because, like, as I said before, I tried this so many times, it took me forever. I tried just about every strategy I could think of, like taking out Ornstein first, but having 2 people for that long is just like I couldn't do it, so had to take out Smough first. Doing a pretty good job of evading his attacks here so far. Just going through his legs, similar to the Iron Golem, but way faster. And that attack always gets me so nervous when he, I don't know, all his attacks really get me nervous, but as I said, I tried this for so many times, and I think I killed Smough probably maybe about 8 times, and this might be, say, the 9th time that... Not the 9th time I attempted this, because there's way more than that, but the 9th time I killed Smough and got down to Ornstein just by himself. So I'd had quite a bit of practice. Granted, it was not spread out over one marathon, it was actually spread out over, like I said, about 2 months trying to do this thing. It was ridiculous. I don't believe I can do bleed damage to Ornstein. I don't believe that's possible, which would clearly help quite a lot, but yeah. So the only major attack, well, I was gonna say the only major attack to watch out for is his the attack where he dashes, because that could be really, I have a lot of trouble avoiding that attack. But as I say that, like, I'm clearly starting to lose it and get hit. I don't know why I'm taking a potion there, that's just ridiculous. Luckily he went over me. Probably should have got punished for that. She just almost killed me there. I got really lucky in this fight. You'll see a little bit towards the end. I get really lucky in some of these things. Safe to say that was one of them. I almost got killed. That was very close to hitting me. That's one thing I did learn though, trying to stay in that perfect range when he lifts up for that lightning slam attack, trying to stay in that perfect range where you can just run straight in there and not have to back roll twice. So just hovering around that perfect range to get max amount of hits for when you go back in there. I'm two-handing the sword, as you can tell, which I really didn't want to avoid. Clearly I lose style points for it, but it's just a necessity. I mean, like I said, I tried this so many times. I tried to do it with the 2 hands. Oh, there was bleed damage actually, so I take that back. handy, but right at this stage, I'm nervous as hell. I'm sweating like you wouldn't believe. This like I tried this for so long. He picks me up. I'm getting super nervous, and it all starts to go a little bit wrong for me. I take a potion there, which he could have hit me, but luckily, as again, I get really lucky in this fight. He missed. So he hits me. I'm getting really nervous. That's just out of range. And then watch here when he does this lightning. This is so close to hitting me. No, sorry, it's not this one. I take it back. He does it again. Right here. Oh, and it just hits the pillar. It was like aimed for my head and it just hit the pillar. It was so lucky both times. I was so lucky to dodge that. I don't deserve to dodge that. I was taking stupid potions and not dodging at all, just taking more damage. This is this is like the worst way to do this challenge, but I was just happy I was able to do it in the end because, like I said, like he just like there, just went straight over me. I was lucky again. Just got out of the way of that, but I was just happy to do this because it took so long. And there I am finishing it off. Unfortunately not dual wielding, but I'll just take the victory on this one because it took so long to do. So that was the Ornstein Smough boss fight. I know I said it 1,000 times already, but I can't tell you how long that took. I was just really happy to get that boss fight done. Pretty happy to do that. So that is that boss fight, and unfortunately that is probably the end of this series. I know I always tell my friends like the only wrong way to play Dark Souls is to quit, and unfortunately I'm gonna quit this challenge, like only because I'm currently fighting, well, I've attempted to fight the Four Kings with this build so many times, just so many times, and I just can't do it. I've tried everything that I can think of, and because the Four Kings to me is just a DPS race, and I just don't think I can damage the Four Kings enough in order to get, say, maybe only fight one or two at a time. Like pretty much every time I fight them, there's always four. So I just, unfortunately, I don't think I can do it. I am giving up on this challenge. I hate myself as much as you hate me right now. Don't worry, but this is the last Dark Souls video, thanks to the Four Kings and me not being able to defeat them. Because it's really unfortunate, because I would love to fight Gwen with this build. I think that would be really cool, because I love fighting humanoid characters that you can parry. So that does bring us to the end of this series. If you did watch, thank you for watching. And who knows, maybe I will find my son and I will get back on this challenge. But for now, unfortunately, I've gone hollow. Thanks for watching. Praise the sun.